Talk to me. WSRadio.com.
Welcome to Rekt Reviews, movies and entertainment analysis using the latest in beer goggle technology. And here are your dubiously qualified hosts, Erik, Paul, and Christopher. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rekt Reviews. Just making sure we're live here. Here we go.
Sounds like we're live.
There we go. I had to turn on my earphones here. How's everyone doing? We're doing it without Paul this week. So
Paul's a little under the weather, so
yeah, we left him in England in a crappy old mansion that was falling apart
and on top of red clay. So that's where he didn't make it out, but we're still trying to get him.
Oddly specific. Well,
I like whatever movie we see. I like whoever's not here. I like to say we left him in that whatever movie that was.
That's
like we left you on Mars last time.
That's right. Yeah, you were left on Mars. Yeah, you got no potatoes either.
Oh my god, I had zero interest in seeing that movie. But first, before we go into that, my co-host here, Erik. How's it going, man?
It's going well. I gotta say, I am happily sitting here drinking some Pizza Port beer. Their Session IPA.
I've heard about that.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I also have a pumpkin beer for later because it is, the season.
Absolutely. What is your favorite pumpkin beer? Because I've been doing it hardcore with the pumpkin beers lately.
Probably Dogfish Head.
Dogfish Head?
Mm-hmm. Pumpkin ale?
Dogfish Head.
Yeah, Dogfish. What did I say? Did I not say Dogfish Head?
No, you did.
No, okay.
I was like, some of the language or something. And Shark, how's it going, buddy?
What's going on, man? How are you?
Very well, very well. Glad to be here to talk for the entire episode about Crimson Peak. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be 60 minutes of pure, we're breaking it down scene by scene. I've got a notebook here on that movie.
And there's a quiz at the very end.
Yeah, yes. You can break that movie down in like just one sentence. Bad.
That's unfortunate because it's got my girl, Mia Wasikowska, I think is in it, correct?
Yeah, she's cool. Like the acting in it, I thought was pretty solid. But
she's not bad in the movie. I think that as far as the look, she's the perfect person to play that part.
Mm-hmm.
But I tell you right now, what I felt, Jessica Chastain, and I love Jessica Chastain, so badly miscast in this movie to me.
I actually liked her in this one. So I
just didn't get like the whole evil sister vibe from her. It's like I thought
it's so weird to see her in a evil role, especially coming off The Martian when she's Commander Lewis.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, she's coming off The Martian, and now she's like,
she's trying to stab people.
Evil stepsister Lucille.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I don't buy it. It's like she's trying to be mean. I'm sitting through the whole movie going, come on, you're too cute to be that mean. So stop it.
Oh my god! And coming off her big Jurassic World appearance this summer. Just kidding.
It's like if you watch this movie, you won't get them mixed up anymore.
She's been in a lot of movies this past year. Yeah,
actually, I'm just like what they say about her.
A lot of big movies. So
really,
yeah.
Well, I mean, Bryce Dallas Howard was the one from Jurassic World,
right.
And then she gets confused with another actress as well, Jessica.
Oh, does she? Okay.
Homeland, I think.
Claire
Danes?
Claire Danes.
Yeah. Okay, so those three are always like...
They all have those bony faces.
I know. Faces. I always get Bryce Dallas Howard and Jessica Chastain mixed up always because to me they look just alike. So yeah,
very pretty. I don't know if are they both redheads?
They're both redheads.
Yeah. There you go. And you got Amy Adams in there, and then you're all set.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, you got your starting lineup there of redheads. All right, so gentlemen, what have we seen besides, before we go into Crimson Peak, has anybody seen anything since then? What's your most recent film that you guys have watched?
Crimson Peak is the most recent new film that I watched. But I mean, I'm, what is the Netflix and chill now? So
have you been Netflixing and chilling, Shark?
You know what? I watched. I don't know if you guys have heard of this. I watched this completely ridiculous thing the other night called Kung Fury.
Kung Fury.
Yeah, it's like this. It's just a complete ridiculous. It's like a computer. The whole thing's computer generated, and it's really stupid, but it's interesting. it's a cop who turns into a ninja somehow or something like that.
Kung Fury, I've seen that. That was a Kickstarter. That was a Kickstarter project.
Yeah, it was. It was a Kickstarter.
What guy made that thing?
Got our producer Wade in here.
Yeah, and just to throw in, and the stylistic, it was designed to, in many ways, look like a scrolling game from the 80s.
Exactly.
The way it was shot.
That's exactly what it looks like.
Kung Fu fights Nazis. You got to love it.
Yeah, it's hilarious. I like it because it's one of those things that's so bad it's good.
Yeah, it's like everything you loved about 80s action movies, like condensed down into, 30 minutes or something like that?
And I can't be the only one who loved 80s action films.
Oh, no, that was like peak action movies.
All the canon movies, with Van Damme and
rated R
Michael
action,
Dudikoff.
Yeah. Rated R action movies, man. That was back when it was that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, now it's PG-13 makes the most money, so everything's
Oh, yeah,
down.
you-
We got Die Hard's coming out PG-13
Die Hard
now.
6.
The prequel, right?
Have you heard the premise for it?
No.
Ooh, you're going to be mad about this. All right, so Bruce Willis is going to still get paid. And first, Shark, what are you drinking here?
Oh, right. I'm drinking a Delirium Tremors, which is a Belgian ale.
That's a delicious drink.
Delicious drink. So
Seems very
everybody,
popular.
if you hear about it, go get yourself one. Go grab one from the fridge and sit down with us for a while.
Go get your Belgian ale. That thing not only looks delicious, I've had it as well. It is delicious.
It's really good. Yeah.
Great packaging, though. I see it all over the
Good
place.
time of year for it, too.
Perfect
Yeah.
time.
Starting to get
Perfect
chilly.
time.
Yeah.
And it's nice and cold. It's been on ice all day, so
Really?
it's delicious.
You got a cooler? What are you doing, Shark?
You know what? I keep a cooler. I keep beer in my fridge. There's always beer in there of some sort.
Excellent.
Not to mention the Southern Comfort, but I didn't bring the Southern Comfort this
Okay.
time. So
Some SoCo and Delirium. Very good, very good. Okay, so getting back to Die Hard 6, I think it was. And I heard
Yes.
Die Hard 4, I heard, is actually pretty good. Die Hard 5 is laughable.
yeah,
Laughable movie. That one was pretty bad.
That one was the worst. Yeah.
And they couldn't even say yippee-ki-yay, mofo, in that movie.
Because it was PG-13, yeah.
Yeah, so they could not drop that, which is probably the one.
Right.
that you
It
wanna
wasn't
drop
even
in
a
there.
Die Hard movie. They just it was a generic action movie where they're just like, let's just add John McClane to this so we can
Yeah.
make some extra money.
Yeah.
You know what? And I get the feeling that that's exactly what it was. I think
Yeah.
somebody wrote a script like that.
Yeah.
And then they said, let's put Bruce Willis in this and let's change the main character's name to John McClane.
Yeah, why not?
And let's make it Die Hard 4.
Yeah,
so,
why couldn't
Yeah.
it work?
Because
Why-
it had
why not?
zero to do with anything. From the other
Zero.
movies.
Zero.
Well, okay, so then Die Hard 5, I feel like, was already kind of going down this trend where they, like you said, they were like, well, we got this young guy. We can
Yeah.
plug him in, do an action movie. We got John McClane here, Bruce Willis. We can pay him, and then we'll get
Right.
brand recognition. Die Hard 6 is going even further with that premise, where they're still going to pay Bruce Willis whatever he wants, but it's actually going to be a prequel where in the present, Bruce Willis is being tortured or caught by somebody, and in the past, a younger version of him, before the first Die Hard, is going through some adventure.
See, it's bullshit because what makes the original Die Hard movie great is like he's the everyday man. You know, he's not
exactly.
He's not a superhero, and now they turned him into this whole whatever thing.
Yeah, where it's like, oh, I forgot to mention before.
Yeah, like I did all this crazy shit before Die Hard. Yeah,
He is.
come on.
yeah.
It started that movie because let's be honest. So it started going downhill after the first one. I mean, because the first one was so
Yeah, the first
good.
one's really the only good one.
Yeah.
I gotta disagree here. Die Hard 2 is fantastic.
I've seen it once.
It's a Christmas movie, which always gets extra points for me
Right.
if it's always themed
The
Christmas.
first
I
one's a
love
Christmas
that.
movie. Too.
Yeah, first one's Christmas movie.
I mean, it's also a Christmas movie. I love that, and something about the airport, pretty cool.
Right.
Maybe as a younger me, I need to see it as an adult because I've heard several other shows where they talk about this movie and break it down, and it is not smiled upon in history.
Yeah, it's not streaming or anything. I don't
Yeah.
think.
Well,
It's
and you know what? It had a lot to be held up to though. I mean, because the first one
Yeah, the
was
first
so
one's so
good.
good,
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, it started two trends. I don't know if it started the whole reluctant hero thing because he in that movie, his whole idea, he's like, I just need to get out of here. I need to save my wife and I need to get out of here. The hell with the rest of these people, you know. But also, it started that whole where the hero
kind of an asshole.
an asshole, and he can't get out.
Yeah.
Like you're trapped. I mean,
Yeah.
and then they had Steven Seagal was on the battleship. You know, he was trapped on the battleship and
Under Siege, right?
under
that
siege.
was
Yeah.
it.
So there's been a whole lot like that, and that was just. But Bruce Willis, and I tell you what, you guys are a lot younger than me, which I have to say every time. But
Shark's always putting that in there.
yeah, I can remember being in a theater. I don't know what movie I was seeing, but seeing the trailer for Die Hard, and it was showing all this, action stuff, and everybody's like, oh wow, what's this? And then they showed Bruce Willis, and everybody's like, Bruce Willis. What is Bruce Willis
Yeah, he was
doing in that?
moonlighting at
Yeah,
the
he was
time.
moonlighting. He was
Yeah.
like this comedy guy, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden he's in an action movie. Everybody was like, what the hell is this? And then And then you see it, and it's awesome. Like he's one of the best action heroes ever.
That movie was perfect. Do you guys feel like Vin Diesel is anywhere comparable to how Bruce Willis was?
No.
He can't act.
I like Vin Diesel. I give him credit because he's like myself. He's a former bouncer. So
all right.
So I give him credit.
So he's got 2 points.
I think he does well in the parts that he takes. He doesn't. I don't think he tries to go outside his purview. He has no range. He's Vin Diesel in every movie. Yeah. So
literally,
he can't. I don't think he can act very well.
But then again, I mean, Keanu Reeves has no range either. So
yeah, what's funny is that Keanu Reeves actually did do a Shakespeare movie.
Yeah, he's Shakespearean trained. I want to say something like that.
Which is crazy when you see his earliest work is actually Shakespeare stuff. Not only that, what was I going to say? Do you guys remember Vin Diesel from Saving Private Ryan?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was actually good in that.
Exactly.
He was actually good in that. But
he was in it for 10 minutes, but yeah.
But he was a Vin Diesel type character in that. But he held his own with everybody else in the film.
Yeah.
So he's not a bad actor.
He's done some comedy stuff too, which I haven't seen. So I guess I shouldn't.
Terrible.
I guess I shouldn't.
Find me guilty.
Terrible.
Find me guilty.
Yeah.
I can't sleep in this chair.
Yeah, it was. It was.
He's too stiff. I don't know. There's something really stiff.
Wasn't he
like
a Navy SEAL babysitter too in some movie?
Him and The Rock both had to do that at some point where they had to cash in and do that. I'm the tough guy in the family comedy.
Is that like you have kids? You're like, I got to make something for my kid.
Well, they do say that actually. That's
yes, but you know what? Making a kid film is where all the money is. So I like.
That's true. It's cheap and you.
It's cheap and kids. It's like you take your kids to the film. Basically so. If you have kids, you're a parent, you're taking them to the movies.
Well, we don't have rated R action movies anymore, which makes me sad.
It makes me very sad that we don't have rated R action movies anymore because they're so watered down and they're pretty sucky these days. Vin Diesel's been doing the Fast and Furious. I've never seen one of those movies.
Not even the first.
Not even the first one.
What? Why not?
Because the whole premise to me seems so stupid. Like 2 hours of watching cars race. It's just like I can't. I just can't see doing it.
That's what's beautiful about it, Shark. There's very little racing.
It's an interesting journey, the Fast and Furious, because it started out as like drag racing, and then it became like a heist movie, and then it's just like a superhero ensemble movie by the end of it. Like
Tokyo Drift.
That one's supposed to be the worst one.
That's the one that's in the future. Well, not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
After 7,
Hans is taken down.
Yeah.
By Jason Statham.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Jason Statham needs to be in more movies. I like Jason Statham.
Spoiler to this 10-year-old movie. Sorry, guys.
Jason Statham should be in more movies. He's I like him. He's good.
Well, they rebooted the Transporter now, and I think they're making a Transporter show, or is there just a Transporter movie coming out?
I know there's a show, but I didn't hear about a movie.
Anyways, all right, so gentlemen, speaking of rated R action movies, we're gonna make a smooth segue here. Sicario.
Sicario.
I have not seen Sicario, but I heard it's awesome.
Holy shit, that movie's a movie. Yeah, that's a great movie.
That is a movie.
I've got to check it out.
I don't know if I really want to talk about it if you haven't seen it, because I definitely don't want to spoil it for you. But
don't spoil it for me. Just you know
I
what?
Can't believe.
Yeah, I got to check it out though. Got to definitely check that one out.
Yeah, there's. Yeah, all the acting in it's good, and it's just a haunting film. By the end of that thing, I was thinking about it for days. It stuck with me.
I was thinking about it. I just,
you just got off.
Full disclosure, literally saw the movie start at 4, rushed over here to make it by 7.
Yeah,
movie's great. In these movies, same thing with like The Departed or any movie that's got a lot of kind of strings going, a lot of things going on. I need to try and figure out what's actually going on to get the full effect of it.
Yeah.
And truth be told, full disclosure, usually I have to go on Wikipedia and read just a streamed out version of it. They just lay it all out, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Benicio del Toro is a scary ass actor. He's like,
and this is him.
You should see this movie.
Yeah, you get like you kind of. I don't think I've ever seen him in a role where he wasn't like believable. Like he's like in what was the one with
listeners are going crazy
where he was Frankie Four Fingers.
Oh, Usual Suspects.
No, not the Usual Suspects.
Is it Snatch?
Snatch. Yeah,
that movie was great.
Speaking of Jason Statham,
awesome movie. Yeah, that's an awesome movie. But he was great as Frankie fucking Four Fingers. Love that movie.
This is him doing his acting. I think this is going to be his bid for the Academy Award in this movie. If
he's very understated in this movie. Like he doesn't like you look at him. He's like always thinking. Like you're just wondering like what's going through his head.
There's a
Stuff
lot of
like that.
acting without words, which for the beginning part of it, to now get into it without any spoilers, spoiler-free zone, don't worry.
It's all good.
To get into it, in the beginning, it's a lot of kind of cop talk where it's her. Okay, so Emily Blunt and her partner, that's the part I enjoy the least. And it's the usual cop talk where it's like, I'm with you, partner. It's them kind of holding the plot. They want to know things that the audience
She's the catalyst for the audience member. Like, yeah, she's learning as you're learning what's going on.
But unlike the audience member, and I find it frustrating in movies, not only does she have a gun, I had a gun.
Where do you go see movies at? Where you need to bring a gun with you.
Keep it on you at all times, just in case.
Just in case, man. San Marcos is rough.
Rough neighborhood
at the
San
4
Marcos.
p.m. showing, yeah, it was me and a bunch of old ladies watching it.
The mean streets of La Jolla.
They steal your popcorn, man. They need to pay.
Yeah, exactly. But she, unlike the audience, and this happens in a lot of movies where you, going in as the audience, want things to progress. You're like, here we go. I want to see what's going on. And usually the main character has to do that part where they're like, in action movies, like, I'm not going back, man. I'm done with this. I left that all behind me. And you have to kind of tread true to that. So you're like, okay, he doesn't want to go back. Kind of the reluctant hero, like you were saying, Die Hard.
Yeah.
In a different way. So in the beginning, it's a lot of that.
I left that life, man. I'm gone.
We're like, all right, here we go. Like, you got to put that in. So when she does that, you're kind of like, let's keep this moving. Like, I want to see where it's going. Once you get past that, and I will say it goes fast. It goes from probably 2/3 of the movie where you're in a standard, like, detective kind of movie, figuring what's going on. She's kind of putting the brakes, trying to figure it all out. And all of a sudden, it just goes.
Right.
And when it goes, it, like Erik said, it is haunting when it finishes.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I could exactly pin down like what the point of the movie is, because I feel
There's
like
a lot.
I feel like it even switches gears, like
Exactly.
as far as the narrative goes. And yeah,
Oh, man.
But yeah,
It's like-
that's all I really want to say about it. But yeah, it's
You know
just
what?
really good. It's going to be in my top of the year movies, I'm sure.
Sometimes you need a movie that is entertainment just for entertainment's sake. It's not like really trying to say anything. It's just like, hey, jump in, hold on, this is going to be fun.
This
you
one
know?
This one
is
definitely
not
says
that
stuff.
movie, yeah.
This one definitely says stuff. But
Yeah.
That whole part with the other, it shows both sides, which I thought was really cool to kind of flesh out the movie. And that's what I think what Erik is saying is at the end of it, it's definitely trying to say something. And I think it's kind of two messages, but
Well, you know what's funny is, again, so that's one where I was where I saw the trailer. I saw the trailer when I went and saw The Martian, because I hadn't heard anything about Sicario. But so there's a series on Netflix called Narcos.
oh yeah,
shit.
Narcos. I've seen that.
Yeah, which is a really good series, and they mentioned in there the word Sicario. You know,
said that?
Yeah, well, yeah, because they're according to that they're Colombian hitmen.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, and then I'm sitting in the theater, and this trailer comes on for a movie called Sicario, and I was like, oh, I got to see this now.
they had to be
I mean?
high fiving each other when Narcos started getting popular, because it is all.
it kind of runs in together. So.
Yeah, they do run together pretty well. Yeah, I will. One other thing to say, besides the action movie trope where they got to kind of be reluctant and not just go with the flow, at some point they're looking at Emily Blunt, who's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I love Emily Blunt, and it's kind of one thing when you have the dude that's got the 6-pack and everything, and they show him drinking beers and being all like disgruntled and with pizza boxes around. You're like, this guy never stops working out.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
They're saying like, you look like shit, man. You know, like you gotta get. It's another thing when you have Emily Blunt looking gorgeous all the time, and at some point her partner's doing the partner talk where they're like,
it's like, we need to get you laid or whatever.
we need to get you laid. Look at your
like-
eyebrows, man.
whatever, man.
You look like shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you talking about?
It's like, this is not. Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what?
wrote
That's-
this for another actress or something.
Exactly.
'Cause
Or a
that is-
dude or something like.
Yeah.
Real life detectives are even more far gone, but then you put a lady, and especially Emily Blunt, it's like, okay.
I'm waiting for them to do some films like that where the characters are like real. Like when you see movies like movies about like say Navy SEALs or something like that, they're all like bodybuilding supermodels.
They're all fucking 20-year-old.
Yeah, and it's like
Yeah.
if you ever see like a real Navy SEAL, it's like this old, this guy is 40 years old, has been in the Navy his entire life. It's like it's like I don't have abs.
Yeah.
I just know how to kill people.
Yeah,
So-
and they're just
Another
big.
reason.
Yeah.
Another reason why movies are better in the 80s.
Uh,
Kids, go watch the 80s movies.
you know what? You want to see
That's
a good, and you might laugh at this. A good R-rated action movie recently is the one Arnold Schwarzenegger did, DEA.
Oh, man.
I haven't even heard of this.
He's a DEA. He's like a longtime DEA agent. It's actually pretty good. It's violent as hell.
Really? Is
Yeah.
that the one that the guy from Training Day did?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
that one looked really interesting. I was surprised that he
it's
made
actually
it.
a pretty good movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was very surprised.
The
Very
other day,
surprised.
I was watching, was it Escape Plan? So I did kind of like a late Arnold Schwarzenegger thing.
Yeah.
We were watching him kind of act, and it's at this point it's watching Arnold Schwarzenegger. There's no point where I'm like, I don't even need to hear your character name. It's just Arnold Schwarzenegger talking
Right.
to Sylvester Stallone, and they're like in the prison or whatever. It's
I've heard of this. I've never seen
Yeah.
it was silly. I didn't get very far in it because it was just like.
Well,
flipping through the
that whole
channels.
thing is all about nostalgia. It's like, hey, here's Arnold and Sly together. So,
Yeah.
you know what? Since we're going to be talking about horror movies, did you see the one that he was in? It's like Matilda or something like that. It's like a zombie movie.
No.
Tilda.
Yeah.
That was the
Wait,
doll one.
Schwarzenegger's in a
Yeah,
zombie movie?
yeah. Where his daughter turns into a zombie. It's called Matilda. I haven't seen it. I heard about it because I think it was in the theaters for like 30 minutes, and then they pulled it. But like I heard it was not bad.
There is, I'm wondering because there was what was the doll movie that came out that was from the makers of, what was it? This
Chucky? You talking about Chucky?
No, remember that one that was the haunted house, like The Happening or The Surrogate or something like that.
I think there was one called The Happening.
Oh, that one's great. If we want to get into The Happening, that's another show, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
We literally break down The Happening where Mark Wahlberg talks to plants. We're going to do some line reads.
Oh, I have never seen that. I know about. I hear
Oh, wait
it's
a
so
minute. Yeah.
bad. It's
No, that is actually
It can't be.
Don't do it.
No,
Don't
It's-
do it.
It's so
It
bad.
can't be
It's
bad.
good.
It's one of
Okay,
those.
okay,
Okay,
okay.
like it can't be good.
It's so bad. It's good. That's
I know
like,
he like confesses his sins to a plant or something. That just sounds terrible.
It's
Oh yeah.
yeah. But the whole movie where the people just do crazy things,
Yeah.
like they just end up
Yeah.
doing crazy, and you're like, what the hell just happened? Like, it's hilarious.
It's brutal, but there is at one point where they're driving in a car and they're like, "We're safe as long as we don't breathe in the air." And he looks up and there's a
God.
gash in like
Yeah,
the canvas,
in the
whatever.
in the canvas.
And he's like, "No." And all of a sudden, of course, he has to pull off and kill himself and stuff. You're like, "How much air? What are you breathing right now?"
Yeah.
Say if you're ever in a situation where you'll be safe as long as you don't breathe, you're in a bad situation.
And
like
it's-
that's not a.
Very.
Mark
That's
Wahlberg
not
talking
gonna
plants. Not only that, but it has the most like cop out ending ever. It kind of goes like Twilight Zone-y almost, where it's just like
Does he
Yeah.
wake up at the end?
it literally just kind of wraps up where it's like, or kind of like War of the Worlds, where it's like,
Yeah.
and then it was over.
Yeah.
Oh, there's like, there was a disease.
Yeah,
by
but
the
then
way.
it like moves to a different place.
Yeah.
Like okay, it's over here, but now it's going to happen here.
Yeah,
Right?
you're
It's
just
just like, oh, come on.
All right.
And think about that line that you just said. Everything will be fine as long as we don't breathe the air. Well, then we're fucked.
Yeah.
Okay, because we have to breathe.
Yeah,
so how you-
you're in a bad spot.
How are you talking right now?
Yeah.
It's like Matt Damon had oxygen on Mars.
Yeah,
guys,
see,
come on.
that's when you make the movie better because one line when the guy says the line, "We'll be fine as long as we don't breathe the air," and the other guy should go, "Yeah, well, we're breathing right now." So what are you saying?
It's over. Your nose is bleeding right
Yeah,
now.
we're all done. So
When you need an editor for your script and going like, yeah, this line.
How many people did that have to go through?
I know.
All the way.
But
to
he was.
be put in
That's
the
when
theaters.
he was on his high, right? Because he was coming off what?
That wasn't Fighter and stuff, was it? I'm trying to
No.
think. Mark
That was
Wahlberg has
before.
Departed.
Oh no, I was thinking the director.
Oh, Shalaman.
Yeah, like he
M.
was
Night- yeah.
big for a minute. Like,
well, yeah, and he was able to greenlight anything, and so
yeah, people just were eating his shit up. And
He's still
but
making
I-
it
money.
was all bad.
He is still making money.
He's still making money, but has he ever had a film that you actually really liked?
I'm glad
No.
we got into the shark, and I was going to save this for the next segment when we
Oh.
start talking about our favorite Halloween movies or favorite horror movies.
We can save it.
All right.
We
All
can
right,
save
we'll
it.
save it. We'll save it. All
We
right.
can save it. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of his, but hey,
All
that's
right,
just
great.
me.
Good.
Well,
it'll be for the second half of the show. We're getting to Halloween movies.
Can we break for just a sec? Because it's been months. Well, it's been over a month now since we've had a vaping minute. Do you have any
Vaping minute
vape
right now?
news?
Right now, in the world of vape, I've moved to 20 gauge coils, which is the
I don't even know what that
width
means, but
width
I'm
or something like
fascinated.
that. And so I got this thing. It's not functioning as well as I want it to. It's I'm currently vaping on Muffin Man, which is an Apple. Like
Muffin Man.
Can you use that as a weapon?
Just need Shark to say that. Muffin Man.
I should do the commercial for that.
Just-
What are you vaping with?
Question.
Muffin Man.
Oh, definitely solve me some. Yeah, it's an Apple muffin thing. They a lot of them. Some of them do the work and kind of making this long description of how their vapor tastes, and some of it is ridiculous. Where it goes like Imagine you wake up and you smell blueberries baking in the next room. Then you notice there's vanilla drizzled on top. I kid you not. It's like descriptions. The paragraph are like,
Right.
what's this taste like? And this is a whole narrative. And other ones are like,
It's got to create a feeling.
Yeah, we heard it tastes like cinnamon is one of them. So it's a huge gap there in how these guys sell
And
this
then then you do it, and you're like, okay, yeah, it smells like green apples. It doesn't, none of that stuff you just said.
Well,
is
It tastes like when you were in 8th grade in Mrs. Johnson's class.
yeah.
You remember that? Do you? Like,
You know what? You should see people at one of the bars where I work. You're not allowed to smoke at all inside, and you're not allowed to vape either.
they've all seemed to
And
crack
you
down on
should
that.
see the look on people's faces when I tell them they're not allowed to vape. They are highly offended. They're like, what do you mean? I'm like, what part didn't you not understand? You can't.
The Shark's bouncer coming out.
Yeah, you can't.
What part did you understand?
Yeah,
You're fucked at that point.
Exactly.
You
You
got the
can't vape in
bouncer
here. Yeah.
asking you that question.
Like, you're okay as long as you don't vape. Well,
Oh, I didn't know. Oh, you vaping? Like,
Yeah.
something tells me Shark's not gonna be like, well, what do you mean? Let's talk about this.
exactly. Well, they always do the same thing. Well, are you kidding me? I'm like, do I look like I have ever told a joke in my entire life? No. You cannot vape in here.
He's like, come on, man, but we're cool, right?
Yeah. We are cool. Take your vape outside.
We certainly are. Yeah. I've been in several places now. It seems like people just don't like the act of smoking, and not only that, but I feel like vaping people have kind of they've kind of done it to themselves, where some guys are so proud of vaping and how much smoke they generate.
Yes.
There's an interesting subculture.
Exactly.
There's some YouTube videos people should watch about vaping.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about the health benefits or anything. It's kind of like with aspartame and things like that, where we're going to see what the actual effects are, because nobody really knows when we're old men.
Yeah.
And they're like, by the way, vaping gave everyone double the cancer.
Well, you know what? So I noticed it because I can't stand cigarette smoke. I cannot stand cigarette smoke. But
Looks so cool in movies.
but the vape stuff, it really doesn't bother me that much. It really doesn't. But here's the thing. Well, we'll discuss that later.
Leave it on
Come back on
listeners on the
our vaping corner.
Shark's leaving listeners with
And in scene.
on the edge of their seats here. Oh, my God. That's what you call a cliffhanger of the business, ladies and gentlemen. We're here on WS Radio on Rekt Reviews, WSRadio.com.
We'll be back.
Thank you for listening to WS Radio. Improve your business and your life with useful information from experts and thought leaders. WS Radio is radio with ROI.
Black MP Living Water is a revolutionary drink for athletes and people alike. All natural, organic sports performance beverage that contains humic and fulvic minerals, naturally occurring electrolytes, first generation SBO probiotics, alkaline water with stable pH of 10. Athletes need solid nutrition. Black MP is the answer. Designed by athletes, for athletes. Train hard, eat clean, drink Black MP. Just visit the website blackmp.net. Use promo code CSKeys to get a very special discount.
Hi, this is Rob Barnett, VinVillage.com, where wine lovers connect. Be sure to tune in weekly to Vin Village Radio for exclusive, in-depth interviews with the who's who in wine and food.
On the internet, your business's reputation can be unjustly destroyed in an instant. Don't wait for that to happen. Building and marketing your 5-star reputation can increase your business by as much as 19%. Take control of your reputation and have the 5-star reputation you deserve with Reputation Marketing Solutions by DSI Development. Become the go-to company by visiting 5starrepmarketing.com. The number 5starrepmarketing.com.
Besides the hard work of our incredible WS Radio staff that has decades of experience in the broadcast industry, one of the reasons WS Radio sounds so good is we use Orban technology. We are not alone. Over 50,000 professional broadcasters can't be wrong. From radio, TV, streaming to hardware and software, Orban has been supplying the broadcast industry for nearly 30 years. Great customer service and continued R&D separates Orban from the rest. Learn more at Orban.com.
Do you want to be a professional coach? Are you in business trying to make a real difference with people you manage or work with? Have you started a coaching practice that isn't quite getting off the ground? Get the skills you need to be a successful coach today with the Coaches Training Program from Accomplishment Coaching. The Coaches Training Program will show you how to help others focus and be more fulfilled. Whether you want to improve your company's bottom line or create a thriving coaching practice, Accomplishment Coaching can give you the distinctions and practices you need to coach others effectively today. Accomplishment Coaching has spent 6 years developing a cutting-edge coaches training program that will have you ready to coach people professionally in just 12 months, and you don't have to take time off work to do it. To find out more about the coaches training program, just call 1-888-548-6813. That's 1-888-548-6813.
Talk to me. WSRadio.com.
Welcome to Rekt Reviews, movies and entertainment analysis using the latest in beer goggle technology. And here are your dubiously qualified hosts, Erik, Paul, and Christopher.
What's up, everybody? I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to bring us back.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Rekt Reviews.
To the Rekt
The
Review.
voice, man. I sound terrible.
What up, everybody?
What's going on?
It's the
That's
punk,
all I know.
It's the pumpkin ale. It's the pumpkin ale. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Now I need a response. And
Speaking
then-
of pumpkin ale, Elysian. Have you guys tried that?
Legion Pumpkin, they got a bunch of pumpkin beers.
Night Owl?
I know, yeah.
Oh, my God. That is fantastic.
I had it on
I
Tuesday
think
night,
I'm a contrarian because every Halloween everything is pumpkin this and pumpkin
Shark.
that. It's like I don't want
I
anything
should have
with pumpkin in
known.
it.
I
Yeah.
should have known Shark would be hating on
Yeah.
pumpkin spice.
I don't want anything with pumpkin in it. I was like,
You know what? Pumpkin spice latte.
Do you,
and then
do you like
No.
anything seasonal? Are you just anti-season shit?
No, you know what? Right around, I guess Christmas. They have a lot of Christmas ales and stuff like that are pretty good.
Celebration.
Yeah,
That is good.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's actually good. But like with pumpkin, like I can't recall because I'm not sure. But pumpkin pie, I'm not sure that's really pumpkin.
Well, it's not a lot of the time. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it is if it's made correctly.
Yeah, so I'm not sure. I wasn't even aware that you could actually eat pumpkins. I was like, pumpkins
yeah.
are for making jack-o'-lanterns and,
So
Have
you
you ever
come from
wanted to eat that squish though when you scoop out the jack-o'-lantern? Have you thought that looks delicious?
Yeah, I just I don't get it. It's like I've never had eggnog.
What? I just made 2 batches of George Washington's eggnog. We won't go into that. 'Cause it'll be a half hour on that.
Yeah.
I didn't know Washington had a
Do it.
had a recipe.
Google
All
it.
right.
There's literally George Washington wrote it down.
Does he have a blog?
I get what you're doing.
Does he have photos up?
Okay, see, because that's the question. I know what egg is, but what is nog?
I wish I could Google
alcohol.
that somehow.
Nog is the alcohol.
It's got a
Yeah.
bunch of alcohol in it.
So I'll just have nog instead.
Knock, knock. Anyways, all right. Shark was saying how he hated the Kardashians. I feel like this
During
has been,
break, yes.
I feel like this has been brought up on the shows before on Shark After Dark extensively.
It definitely has, and it will continue. You know, I sometimes feel like I am contributing to their popularity because
what they want.
That's what they want. I keep talking about them, but I can't help myself. I can't stand these people, and it's a good thing we're going to be talking about horror movies because they are a horror movie. Their show is a horror movie in itself. Just
So,
like
Kim Kardashian's famous for having a sex tape,
Everyone kind of
she
brushes
is
over
famous for having a sex tape, and
which is weird because Paul has a sex tape, but he's not famous.
yeah,
that. We
well,
were pushing
yeah,
that hard too.
Exactly,
I know.
exactly.
We got a street team and everything.
yeah. He's
He went door to door selling that
yeah.
thing.
He's filming his second sex tape right now in Crimson.
Yeah, that's why
Shark
he can't
with
make
the
it here.
segues.
Yeah.
Listen, and see that's the thing. So
We should probably talk about a movie.
I haven't seen the Kim Kardashian sex tape, but it must be pretty good because she made her
Can it be
whole
good?
family famous.
Angles. I don't know.
It can't be.
She's
that
hot. I'll give her that. She's
She
hot.
is hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
But she's not. She's not that hot. Like it's not.
No, she's pretty hot.
It's not like super exclusive hot.
Now she's
No,
gotten weird
no.
looking though. I feel like she used to look just normal hot, and now
Yeah.
she's gotten like Nicki Minaj, like out of proportion hot.
Well,
no,
she's
no,
got billions of dollars now.
They don't. She doesn't look. None of them look real anymore.
Yeah.
So,
I feel like
and-
before it was like that's
yeah.
a hot chick, and then now it's kind of like whoa, she's.
I would really, really like to tell you guys a story that happened to me the
Can
other
we
night.
invite
but
her
we
on
need
as
to
a
start-
guest? No.
That would be
Kardashian
great.
calling out.
I would love to have them on as a guest because
that'll happen.
Oh yeah.
If we just
Okay.
tweet out to
Hey,
her.
you know what? They're listening to Rekt Review right now.
Right.
Fans make it happen.
Okay.
They're
and
sitting
then-
around the fire listening.
Exactly, and I know,
Drinking eggnog.
I know they're
Excellent.
tweeting about Shark After Dark. Like, I don't care what he says.
Shark After Dark. Right now, the listeners
That'd be
are
good publicity.
fighting each other. Shark in the comment section. It's going nuts. It's
Hey,
going nuts.
it's all good. But hey, So anyway, let's talk about Crimson Peak.
Oh, finally, man.
Finally.
I can't wait.
All
I
right,
really
so-
want to see this movie. It's Guillermo Del Torro, to set up the listeners, Guillermo Del Torro, after The Orphanage, I think. Pan's Labyrinth, obviously.
He didn't direct The Orphanage, by the way. He just produced
Presents?
it.
He produced,
He produced it, yeah.
Oh, so
it's like Tim Burton presents Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
you got the shirt. There you go.
Yeah.
Jack Skellington.
Yeah, or Quentin Tarantino presents.
I love Del Toro. Like, Pan's Labyrinth is one of my favorite movies. I love that movie. Have you guys seen that?
Talk about haunting. Man.
Yeah.
That's a great film.
That is.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Wow. Great movie. And he came out of nowhere, it felt like, because it was all in Spanish. It takes a lot for me to go see a movie that's in subtitles. That's like a homework assignment almost.
You know what? I used
Have
to
you seen
think
Devil's
that,
Backbone?
I see that I was going to talk about Devil's Backbone because to me, Crimson Peak is more its tone is more like Devil's Backbone to me. The tone of it.
Did you like Devil's Backbone?
I liked Devil's Backbone, but Devil's Backbone had more of a story.
Yeah.
And I think that it was Del Toro. Crimson Peak to me is Del Toro trying to be the Americanized Del Toro.
Okay. Well, first
really?
of all,
Okay,
set
interesting.
listeners up. I feel like we're going pretty far into this.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. What is Devil's Backbone? Quick one-sentence thing.
Oh, man. It's like, what, the Spanish Civil War or
Yeah,
something? Like,
yes.
yeah.
Ooh, that sounds cool. It's kind of like Pan's Labyrinth then, right?
It's about the Spanish Civil War,
kinda.
but they're in a certain place, and like it's weird. You know what?
It's been a long time since I've seen it.
Yeah, it's something
good,
you have
though.
to see.
It's
because-
good. It's worth watching.
I really want to see
Yeah.
that. All right, well, let's forget that. What about Crimson Peak? What's the basic story? Haunted house?
It's a gothic love story that happens to have ghosts in it.
Yeah,
Okay, it's not a ghost story. It's not a scary movie.
What?
Yeah, like
What?
there's ghosts in it that just kind of hang out for a little bit.
If there's one thing I don't like, it's ghosts being friendly, or it's ghosts just kind of being there. Or
They're really-
romantic, that's the worst thing. That's why Twilight bothered me so
well,
much.
there are some.
They relay information. It's pretty much all that they
Yeah,
do in this thing.
that's what the ghosts do. Like, here's one of the biggest things to me. Like, you have to. I always talk about suspension of disbelief with these movies because first of all, it's about ghosts. So I mean, how
Shark's already out?
Yeah, you have to exactly. You have to not believe it. But so the main character, Mia Wasikowski or Wachowska, she's Edith. Her name's Edith, I think.
Sure.
Sexy.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Anyway.
hot
so
name,
her
Edith.
mother, her dead mother, like the ghost of her dead mother, tells her to beware
Of
Crimson Peak. Beware of Crimson Peak.
There you go.
And so
Standard horror affair.
now, if you are like
This would be a complaint that I have. That's
yeah,
what
yeah,
you're about to say.
yeah, if something like that happens, and then you get to this house, and everything's red, it's on a red mountain, basically. It's like
Okay, yeah.
So she's just wandering and happens upon.
She's a writer, all right?
Yeah, she's a
and
writer.
she didn't research what the hell Crimson Peak was, despite her ghostly mother told her, beware of this thing. I mean, I know they don't have internet back
Yeah,
in the
Google
late
it.
1800s.
What is?
But,
Yeah,
you got a library, man. Go
even-
find out what Crimson Peak is.
even if you're like, okay, I must have been stoned, I like my,
That happened to her twice,
yeah, I must have been stoned. A ghost came to me, but if I have a dream and I keep hearing the word, crimson, the term Crimson Peak, I might look up Crimson Peak.
Yeah.
Like, I might like what is this Crimson Peak?
Also,
thing?
it's shitty on her mom because the place she moves to is Crimson Peak, but they don't call it that. Locals call it that. So it's like, come on, Ghost, get your shit together.
Is
Man,
there a point in the movie where they're like, you mean Crimson Peak? And she's like,
There's
well,
a point where she finds out
she
that
finds
the place
out that
is
the
called,
place is called Crimson Peak.
It's like Aladare
yeah,
Hall or something
Loki
like
tells
that.
her that. Oh yeah, this is called Crimson
Loki.
Peak, by the way.
Yeah, Loki.
Wintertime.
Yeah,
And
perfectly cast, I thought.
Yeah, he was
Tom
great.
Hiddleston, he was great. Yeah,
like I said, I thought the acting in this was pretty good. So,
yeah.
oh, there you go. So it's a A-. Is that what
I don't think the movie. This is not a movie for me. It's
I'm
a
here
gothic.
with you guys.
Yeah, it's a gothic love story.
The acting
that's your
is
thing?
good, but I think a lot of people are miscast, like Jessica Chastain.
What is she? Is she a ghost?
She's the evil sister. She's Lucille.
She's
Is she a
the
ghost?
No.
No.
She is at the end. She's a ghost.
Oh, she gets killed? Spoil it.
Spoiler alert.
She dies. She's not. They don't ever show her as a ghost.
They don't ever show her as the ghost. Yeah,
Loki's a ghost. 'Cause he died.
that's
see.
right. Loki.
Yeah.
Is it a
Loki.
twist? Were there a ghost?
There's no twist.
There's no twist. Okay.
There may be something that's a twist, but it's so obvious. You're like, all right, I don't know if that was supposed to be a twist or
Right.
not.
So let's talk about that for a second.
All right.
Okay, because
Bring it.
So basically, Tom Hiddleston, Loki. Okay.
Oh man, I thought it was Michael Fassbender.
No, it's Tom Hiddleston or Huddleston, whatever the hell his name is. But he marries this girl. Okay. And
her father's not into it.
Yeah, her father's not into it. He doesn't like the guy, and he actually like sends the guy like pays him off or something.
Oh, I wish
or to send him away, but then he doesn't go. And
they kill him.
They kill him off. Yeah, they kill the father.
By the way, we were talking about like how movies aren't bloody anymore. This movie's pretty graphic.
This one, yeah, you know what? So
which is crazy.
It's crazy. I'll get to that too because it is pretty gory.
Yeah, like shockingly gory.
Yeah, but
needlessly.
Where
you're like, wow.
It definitely adds emphasis to the scenes that it happens in. I'll say that for it. But like it feels like I said, it's like a Victorian love story thing or like Gothic love story. So it's like, and then you have like this over the top gore in it, which is kind of weird.
And that was one thing I thought I was like, you know what? It's way too because it is like a Gothic love story. I'm like, so for horror fans of the horror genre, they're like, it's too
there's not a lot in it for
and then for the Harlequin romance type people, they're like, there's way too much blood in this. So I'm like,
like it totally, it's all over the place.
I was about to ask, do you think this is for ladies then? They're going for a Twilight kind of like, ooh.
I don't know.
That's a good point. I mean, I think with the whole Twilight thing, it is kind of like that. Like,
I think it's way too gory for that.
That's interesting though, because that's true. Is that if it's too gory for them, then it's attracting a different audience. Because I'm like Guillermo Del Toro. Crimson Peak, I like the actress as well. I was about to go into the IMAX experience for this thing.
Yeah.
Do you think
there's no reason to go see the IMAX?
No reason whatsoever.
No 3D, no IMAX, whatever.
I think from the beginning, like the only reason that something like this would get a green light from the studio is because it's Guillermo Del Toro.
I feel like it's exactly
it's like he's got a lot of clout. So it's like, okay, well, you want to do this? Fine, we'll let you do it.
Yeah.
I kind of can appreciate that he wanted to tell the story. It's definitely not for me, I would say, but this dude makes whatever the hell he wants to make, which I'll give him props for. Like
so completely different from like because his last couple of like American films are like comic book like Pacific Rim.
His last movie was Pacific Rim. He made a giant robot fighting movie, and then he makes a Gothic love story movie.
Which, by the way,
crazy.
I loved Pacific Rim only because it reminded me of when I was a kid, like the giant robot movies and so. It was good. But so here's one thing. So don't you know once they show Loki and his sister, don't you realize it? Yeah, that's probably an incest thing going on here.
What I'm talking about, like that. I don't know. Was that supposed to be a reveal when you see them together?
Yeah, so they end up being like an incestuous.
They're British.
Yeah, brother and sister. Oh, and by the way, Jessica Chastain again. Love Jessica Chastain. English accent was not happening. Like, not at all.
Oi.
Yeah, not at all. Yeah.
Oh, Jessica.
Yeah. It was almost as bad as Kevin Costner when he played Robin Hood.
No, it wasn't that bad.
Oh man,
nothing has ever been that bad.
You guys want to see? Actually, interesting. Just a brief side note. Did you guys see Black Mass or not?
See what?
Black Mass?
I have not. We were going to see it for the show.
I haven't seen it yet.
That's a hell of a lot of Massachusetts accents.
Yeah.
I think you took the bullet for us on that one, right?
I was drunk as hell when I went to go see that, and I was expecting The Departed, and all of a sudden I remember being slightly interested, then bored, and then all of a sudden the text came on the screen where it's like telling what ended up happening to these characters. I'm like, it's over?
Yeah.
I was so angry. So angry at that movie.
You know what? I haven't seen it yet, so I won't comment on it, but I know that I saw a whole documentary on Whitey, and it was awesome.
It's a cool story.
Yeah, and then the way they finally ended up catching him is a trip too. I don't know if that's in the movie.
It always happens like that though. Yeah. Same thing with like the Son of Sam. It's always just some bullshit where somebody talks because they get bored or they say something to the wrong person or they get a parking ticket. And they're like,
it's amazing because like anybody that would talk, he killed everybody. So like there's not too many people that could talk. Yeah. So
well, anyways, back to Crimson Rim. So okay, so incestuous thing.
Yeah,
it's not a scary movie in the
so
American sense.
Basically, what happens is that the girl, she's a writer. She has money, and her father ends up dying. They killed him because he didn't want her being together with Loki, and so she ends up marrying the guy, and he takes her away, and you find out that him and his that he has like a machine.
Like he wants the money to do something.
He has a machine that digs up clay or something like that.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, exactly, and that's what it's red clay.
Okay, so imagine this: you marry somebody, they whisk you away to a different country.
Ooh.
You show up at their house, and you come from money. You show up at this place, and like the house doesn't even have a roof.
Yeah,
you'd be like
dilapidated.
I would piece the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
Like it's like that's when the movie should have ended. It's like, oh, it's like
not to mention the fact that you find out that like he's married 3 other women and they all got killed. They were all rich and they all died. It's like there's got to be some news somewhere.
That was some video game shit too, right there. Like she finds old recordings of like previous wives.
Some audio tapes.
Yeah, she picked up audio tapes. It's like, wow, this movie doesn't care at all.
Yeah, it's like and it was like the 1800s. It's like, were there audio tapes then?
They were voxophones.
Yeah, it's like,
it was a very Bioshocky sort of feeling.
We are the first people to have these things. So.
She's like, first of all, what is this? Second of all, why is it talking to me?
You know what? I'll be honest with you.
Well, she's eating ghosts at this point, so whatever.
Yeah,
and it's okay. Wait, there's no jump scare, or is it a lot?
Yeah, there's some jump scares at the beginning.
Yeah.
Is it a lot of what I hate in horror food? I'm getting wrecked here. Where there's a lot of like scares, but then all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's just you, or oh, it's a cat.
No.
You know what? To me, the
scary.
only scary part was like at kind of the beginning with her mother. That was a little.
Yeah, but that was it. Like you see ghosts after that, but they're not really. They point.
Yeah.
Is all they do after.
Yeah,
that.
well, because it's like so.
They go like this.
Yeah. It's like you're in like a haunted house. So you're like, okay, there are going to be ghosts. It's like you're not. There's going to be something scary in here, you know. And the fact that the sister is walking around with a key. Okay, so here's another point. If you move into a house, okay, and it's a huge house, and somebody tells you, oh, there are rooms you can't go into, then you're gonna be like, then I need to get the hell out of here.
Where's the sex room?
Yeah, if there are rooms I can't go into,
in here. There's no ceiling. Yeah, fuck this place, man. Like, why would you hang out there?
If there are rooms I can't go into, then I should not be in this house. We should move. Like you have, I have money.
Yeah.
You have this great big house that's falling apart. I'm sure there's a couple million in it. Let's.
Also, you married me. Kick out your fucking sister.
Yeah,
like whatever.
Why do you and your sister live together for so long? And why is your sister such a bitch to me?
That should have been. Yeah, so many of these should have been asked before you got married.
By the way,
also, when they murdered her father, like Loki and Jessica Chastain killed their father, and then they just pieced out of town.
Yeah.
And like, there's no is there like a police investigation? Is that not
They're
suspicious?
It was like, it was ruled an accident.
Yeah, it's like, all right, they smashed his face in on a sink.
Yeah,
he ran into the sink several times.
Yeah.
They show you his face. His face is caved in. Yeah. It's like, this is not an accident.
That's how they built it back then.
It's like I have slipped and fallen, and I haven't smashed my face completely in.
For the listener, Shark's face is completely caved.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah. It's like so. No investigation of that, huh? It was an accident.
Moving on.
Okay, and so
that's some like lazy law enforcement, man.
Okay, so the police go, it's an accident, and then she goes, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Okay, well,
like,
the hell was
half of his face is missing, but yeah, sure, he slipped.
Yeah, see you, pops. All right, I'm getting married. I'm gonna move into the house with the guy and his sister.
Okay, all right. So Crimson Peak. Final thoughts. B, A. Not acting, just whole thing. What would you tell somebody? What's the experience you're going to leave with?
I would say stay at home, Netflix and chill. Don't go see it.
Yeah.
If you
stays Netflix and chill.
If you like gothic love stories, you might be into it. It's beautifully shot. Like it looks. Yeah. It has a really cool art style. If you can watch a movie for that.
Too much style, not enough substance.
Yeah, exactly. That is perfectly put.
That's a very
lots of color. The only thing
go watch Pan's Labyrinth. Instead. That's what I would say.
I think the only thing that would allow you to sit through it is the fact that it is Del Toro, and he can do certain things that is like, where you're like, that's interesting.
Well, it's
but
like
overall, you're like, bah.
Go watch Sicario.
Hell yeah, man! If I could offer one piece of advice, it'd be go see Sicario. All right, so now going back, M. Night Shyamalan. I loved Signs. Thought that was a great movie.
Signs is fucking terrible.
Thought that was great.
It's ridiculously bad.
Water kills aliens.
Hey man, water kills aliens.
Let's inhabit this planet that is 70% water. That's
actually water
idea.
in the atmosphere.
Yeah.
To me,
look at that! It's raining. I guess I'm dead.
To me, he's one of those anomalies, you know.
Here we go, producer Wade, to offer the final verdict.
They were demons.
And
Signs?
It was holy water.
That's still not a good story.
Is that really what
Still
it
not a
is?
story I want to be a part of.
No. It
Go
can't be.
rewatch it.
You know what?
I will not rewatch that.
You know what?
You blow my mind, but I refuse.
I will take your word for it. I'm not going to rewatch
that could have been, but I don't think I was able to get through it because I was like, this is just
I thought
bad.
that's how it would happen. If it was just one person and just watching on news and stuff like that, and just little snapshots of it.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool.
All right. Well, we got a few minutes. We got a few minutes left here.
Okay. All right, everyone.
What's your guys' relationship with like horror movies? Are you into them? Do you like them? Hate them?
What do you consider a horror movie? Like the old '80s kind of fun style, or
Anything. Like it could be scary,
Sixth
it could be
Sense?
campy, whatever
Right.
you want.
I'm gonna say Sixth Sense is probably my favorite.
Is your favorite
That's your
horror movie?
favorite?
Okay.
I'm gonna have to say yeah. Now that I think about it, I think that might be it.
All right.
Okay, so I go by what actually like scared me the most. So I would say The Exorcist was
Shark.
like the Exorcist is my favorite, but
Okay.
They're gonna remake that,
I know they're going to make it.
Are they really? I'm kidding.
No, they are. They're talking
they
about
really?
remaking it. Yeah, but it's
Why not?
But,
why
but,
not
yeah,
shit
but-
over history film? Why not?
Yeah, it's like why mess with it? But so
They
I
remade
like
Poltergeist this year.
to me
That
scary
was that
movies.
good?
Scary movies are things that can actually happen. Like one of the scariest movies to me is Cujo. That movie scared the hell out of me.
or like Misery. I heard was pretty good. I
Misery
haven't
is
seen
very
that.
good.
Is it?
Misery is a very good movie, but it's not
I
really.
don't know if I would call that horror though.
It's not horror. But all I
that's
can
what I
think,
was saying. What
all
do
I
you
can think
guys-
about through the whole like Misery is great, but all I can think about through the whole movie is like, why didn't he just punch her in the mouth? Like when she gets close to him, grab her and punch the shit out of her
Wasn't
and
he
get out of
chained
there.
to the bed? It's been a while.
He
since
He's
wasn't
not a
chained,
bouncer,
but,
man.
But he
You
was
can't
but he
just-
was hobbled. He was hobbled, but he
Yeah.
like she was leaning down on the bed. I'm like, crack her in the jaw.
Shark
Like,
the whole time, just
yeah.
like punch her.
Like punch her in the jaw right now.
Get her
But-
in the jaw.
yeah, but I mean, I never like I tell you what, back in the '80s when you guys were children or maybe not even born, so we would
I was
always
born in the
go.
70s, so that makes you feel better.
I feel much better now,
right.
but we would always go and see as a group. There'd be like 15 of us that would go see like Halloween or
Right.
Friday the 13th
Right.
because it
Okay.
wasn't scary; it was just
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
You know, it was
Horror
just
is
fun.
better with a group.
Horror is
Always.
much better with a
or
group.
with a lady. You gotta have a lady or a
Yeah.
girl. Someone reacting.
But like
Single dude watching horror.
But like favorite scary movies, I would say like
Not as effective.
The Shining is
Shining's good.
That
scary.
is another
Yeah.
level. I think though that's kind of like Sixth Sense, where there's a movie to be appreciated on top of just the horror
Yeah.
thing. Because now I feel like the only thing analogous to that is Paranormal Activity has been doing the annual horror movie.
Yeah.
I was trying to see the new one, but it's got such low ratings that I really couldn't bring myself.
They actually show the
spend
ghost in
money
it,
on
which completely ruins it.
Really?
They show the ghost, yeah.
Good point. Way to produce it. So Phantasm. You guys even know what Phantasm
Oh
is?
yeah, the ball with the
Yeah. That's a scary ass movie, and Phantasm is
What
the
is
very
it?
reason that I am scared to death of midgets, as we speak.
That was a Shark After Dark segment.
because of that movie, and I saw that movie when I was probably 10, I think.
Phantasm.
Yeah. Do yourself a favor and rent Phantasm.
I don't know, Shark. These
Yeah.
things, I need special effects.
Just for the
I will back Phantasm. Phantasm's good, man.
Phantasm is good, and
I haven't seen it in a long time,
Yeah.
but
there's a character in there who he's listed as the tall man. That's his.
It is-
Ooh,
that's
Slender
his
Man?
character
I would
name. but-
almost call it a period piece at this
yeah,
point.
it is.
Yeah.
His real name is Angus Scrim. He has the scariest name,
That's
and
a
like
really
like
good
yeah,
name.
he has
That's a really
the
good name.
scariest name in history.
All right,
But-
so Shark's Phantasm, I'm Sixth Sense. Eric, what are we going with?
Horror. I like the campy shit. And I also like the scary stuff, like Evil Dead. I love the Evil Dead movies.
Bringing it back.
Evil Dead's cool. Evil
Yeah.
Dead's funny. So,
Yeah. It's not scary. It's just a lot of fun.
Give me some sugar, baby.
The most recent horror movie I think I've seen is the Babadook. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but man, is that
I haven't seen it, but I heard it. You know what?
You should watch it.
You know what was really pretty scary was with Jessica Chastain was that movie Mama.
Ooh,
I have
I
not
thought
seen
she
that.
was hot in that movie, dude.
Scary ass movie though. Like the trailer was scarier than anything, but like
Yeah.
it was pretty scary.
Well, that's the one where you finally see the ghost. There's a lot of these movies where it's kind of a lot of built around. I feel like The Strangers, really scary ending, really like brutal.
The
movie.
Strangers is a scary ass movie.
That's a really scary movie, but I'd say 80% of that movie, maybe even 90, is what I brought up
It's
earlier.
just the
where it's-
build up.
The build up and a lot of just like.
Have you seen
It's just
House
you.
of the Devil?
Is that Rob Zombie?
No, it's that's
Japanese, right?
No, it's Ty West. I think is
Oh
his
no,
name.
that's
That
I
did
Saw
it.
the Devil.
Oh,
Yeah.
Return of the Living Dead, which is like
That's the 80s one, right?
The 80s when the zombie it's like a comedy, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like just when the
That's campy
corpse
shit.
comes out of the grave and starts singing like a rock song.
What?
Do you want a party?
What?
It's all, you got to see it to believe it.
Oh, man, I forgot. 28 Days Later. I like 28 Weeks Later. I really like the second one.
I'm okay with the second one. The first one I think is better.
The Thing.
It is.
The Thing is a great
is
one, too.
freaking amazing.
The Thing is
I could see the new one.
We should do it. I have not seen the new one. It's all CG,
terrible.
so it bummed me out.
Yeah,
the special effects.
I took a date on
in the
it.
first one.
The original.
Great. Yeah, go watch The Thing.
So, ladies and gentlemen, M. Night Shyamalan, greatest horror director of all time. I think
he sucks.
That is a lie. That's a terrible, terrible lie.
Peter Benchley. All right.
Peter Benchley. All right, this is Rekt Reviews. I'm Chris, Erik, Shark, special guest Shark. Thank you, as always.
Thanks for having me, guys. Had a great time.
A lot of fun. And this is WS Radio. Take it easy, guys. Next week, probably Bond.
Yeah.
See ya.
Later.
A podcast or radio show on WS Radio is a great way to create content marketing. Turn prospects into customers into raving fans. Contact Wade at WSRadio.com or call 866-WS-RADIO.
On the internet, your business's reputation can be unjustly destroyed in an instant. Don't wait for that to happen. Building and marketing your 5-star reputation can increase your business by as much as 19%. Take control of your reputation and have the 5-star reputation you deserve with Reputation Marketing Solutions by DSI Development. Become the go-to company by visiting 5starrepmarketing.com. The number 5starrepmarketing.com.
You may have heard me brag about Progressive Medical Center and just how much they've helped me with my health. And Dr. Goley, one thing that you have helped so many people with is migraines.
Unfortunately, there are millions and millions of Americans who are suffering with migraines and headaches, and they're debilitating because it affects the quality of their life, and they cannot function properly. At Progressive, we get to the root cause because we understand that migraines could be caused by nutritional deficiencies, hormonal imbalances, believe it or not, delayed food sensitivities. And once we determine what the real reason is, we put a plan of action together with medication that we get them off slowly, and we put them on an all-natural approach, and the results are amazing.
Incredible. I mean, there's so many people that can say they don't live their lives with migraines anymore thanks to Progressive Medical Center.
And that's what's exciting and rewarding to us as physicians, because we help our patients take control of their health, and that's why they're living well.
Why don't you get a hold of Progressive Medical Center today? Don't live in pain. Don't have migraines anymore. Just go to their website, progressivemedicalcenter.com.
This is your life. Live it well.
Small businesses are the lifeblood of America's economy. Every Thursday, SBA Radio interviews industry professionals and is dedicated to provide small businesses with timely insights and innovations. Visit www.sbaradio.us for details.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.
Has your business been appified? Are you tired of doing marketing that doesn't deliver results? Mobile apps build loyalty and quality retention. Your app from UPG Mobile puts your business on their mind and at their fingertips. UPG Mobile will give you a custom app highlighting how you are unique, targeting your message, and improving your open rates. Appify your business and amplify your presence with your customers at upgmobilemarketinggroup.com.